Mike and Mike's Bags. Today I'm reviewing Black Bear by Smoky Mountain Bag Company. This is the first set of bags I've reviewed from them. I actually got several sets to review for you guys, so you'll see some more coming up over the next month or so, kind of scattered throughout the weeks on there. But this was a set that caught my eye, the most intriguing one, so it's the first one I got a hold of. And the reason it caught my eye was the slow side. So let's go and jump in, break these bags down, and we'll start with materials here. We'll start with the slow side. This is a unique material. It has a herringbone pattern on it. It is not the same as that traditional herringbone carpet that most of you are familiar with. I have not seen this, as far as I know. I've never thrown this material. It has a interesting feel to it. It's a thicker material, much thicker than you'd find on that traditional herringbone carpet. I think it's a hybrid material. It looks and feels like a hybrid material, so I'm going to call it a hybrid material. The speed of this material was a little interesting to me. My normal throw, I think it played like a 6.5, 7 speed. It was much quicker than I expected. Look at this material, I expect to be a little more control, a little slower, but it moved very well. It was a great bag for running the hole. 6.5, 7 speed. But then when I took a little spin off, I took some rotation off, I could really pull the string on this bag and slow it down and get it like a 5 speed. I could throw blockers with this with less rotation. So my normal throw, my normal rotation of the bag, 6.5, 7 speed. When I took the rotation off and maybe a little bit more loft, a little more arc on the bag, it really stopped and made a 5 speed. So I'm going to call it a 6.5 speed on the slow side, but I preface that, or maybe put a little asterisk by that to say that it is controllable if you're able to manipulate the rotation of your bag, or able to manipulate the height and the arc and trajectory of your bag. You can control this really well. Fast side, this is a more familiar material. This is the same fast side that you find on the True Cornhole, Trimmer XD, the Big Night Bags, whatever, the Brotherhood Guardian X. There's quite a few other bags that use this. It's a wonderful material. It's a 9-speed. It's very similar to that Pro Sniper Viper fast side material. It's kind of like a variation of that, but it's not the same. I actually like this material a little better. It has a little bit softer feel to it, but 9-speed, it's great for pushing those blockers up the board. It's great for kind of cleaning up mess and congestion around the hole. Template-wise, medium template bag. Fill-wise, it's a little thinner. It's a medium, but it's on the thinner side of medium on the fill, which gives the bag some flop. Right, this bag has flop to it. However, I will say this slow side material I mentioned it's a thicker material, so it doesn't have the stretch that I seem to find some other hybrid materials or other even carpet materials. It doesn't seem to stretch like I'm used to, which means the bag seems to hold its shape well. So I don't think this bag is going to get super loose and floppy, even though it's a thinner bag or on the thinner side. I don't think it's going to get really sloppy, really floppy. And I think the flop you got here is about where it's going to stay. The fillings Black Bears is, I think it's 100% flat disc fill. That's what it feels like. So it gives the bag a really wonderful hand feel. You compress it down, very fluid. There's just enough fill that with my butterfly grip, I can still lock the bag down. So even though it doesn't have a lot of fill to it, it's not a real full bag, I don't have a problem with the bag slipping or sliding around my hand. I get a nice grip. It compresses nicely. I have complete control when I throw the bag. The flop on this bag gives this bag a ton of forgiveness. This bag is a super forgiving bag. And some of it may be this material. There's very little kick to it whatsoever. So I don't know how much of it is contributed to the material, how much of it is contributed to the flop of the bag, and how much of it is contributed to the flat disc. But all three of those components put together, this bag is very forgiving. It lands, flattens out, runs fairly straight through. So very little kick to it, which means if you don't throw a flat bag, it's not going to punish you. There's enough flop here around the hole. This bag does a great job of catching that lip of the hole, hooking it, and pulling that bag around. At enough speed, it'll drip in. And you'll see here, I try to get as many of as I could of me missing off the side and letting that bag catch and just kind of toilet bowl around and drip in the hole. It does that really well. I mean, this slow side surprised me. With the control I could get with it, throwing blockers, it was still extremely hole friendly. More hole friendly than, say, that traditional herringbone carpet. And it's hard for me, because it's a herringbone pattern, it was hard for me not to continually compare it to that herringbone carpet, even though, again, I'm pretty sure this is a hybrid material. Should probably fall more in line with that Viper R slow side or that Guardian slow side material, or somewhere along there, more than that herringbone carpet. But it's extremely hole friendly, and so I had no problem with it dripping in the hole. I will say there was a couple times where bags would get up there, and I think it's mostly because of that flat disc fill. I think if I threw a bag without enough speed, it would catch the hole and then it would sit there. It wasn't hard to collect. Another bag come down, I could kind of clip it and pull that bag in. But I will say I did get some bags kind of hanging up a little bit, and that's that flat disc, right? I talk about the time, flat disc fill is great for the hand feel. It's great for the forgiveness. Not the best around the hole. You give up a little bit of hole friendliness to gain that forgiveness and to gain that hand feel. It's a trade-off. And I'm nitpicking here. I'm not saying the bag's not hole friendly, but just keep that in mind. But again, as long as it wasn't my last bag, I didn't have a whole lot of trouble collecting that bag and bringing it back in. These bags do not have a stamp, so these are unstamped. For those of you who like to throw in unstamped tournaments or unstamped events, you can get these Black Bears for those events. Let's go ahead and jump in, talk more about playability. And it's mean, it's a bag that I don't know if I can nail down. For me, I think this is a bag I'm more likely going to run the hole with because of the speed, my normal throw, my normal rotation. It slides up, drips in the hole, and I can just run bags, put my 4 bags in, get my 12 points, outlast my opponent. You do have the control to throw blockers up there, and this bag will make a decent blocker. What I did find was shot shaping. This bag is not the best at shot shaping, cuts, rolls, flops, because of the flop in it, because of the forgiveness in it, because of that flat feel. It doesn't have a lot of balance. It's not a very active bag, which means it just wants to land no matter what kind of tilt or angle or whatever you put, it wants to just land and flatten out. So I could get a few cuts. I could get some bags to kind of make some subtle cuts. I wasn't making those really nice aggressive cuts. I wasn't, I had to be a little more careful when I was throwing my cuts. When I had a bag up there, if I was trying to go after a bag, it was tough to cut and bring that bag back in if it's too far over. If it's just a cross center line, I could still go get it, no problem whatsoever. Sometimes I can go fast side and grab it. But it's not a bag that I think I want to play a complete dirty style game with. I have the control again to throw those blockers up there, but to do the shot shaping, to then work around the blockers and get around the blockers, I don't think it was best at that. Where I did find it best was if my opponent threw blockers up there, was more of that get around, coming into the corner of their bag, smashing up and spinning around, and my bag going into the hole or taking hole control and kind of bullying their bag out of the way. I think it did really well in that situation. So if you're playing against someone who plays a dirty style game, I think these black bears do phenomenal. Again, if you're above average to advanced in shot shaping skills, you'll be able to cut, roll, flop these without a lot of difficulty. You're just not, like I said, you're not going to make those really harsh aggressive cuts. If you're average to below average, probably not the best bag for you for shot shaping. Again, I don't think it was designed for that. I feel like this is more of that hole runners type bag, and I think it does a phenomenal job with that. I really had more fun, more success just putting my bags in the hole, and that's where it's set up for me. That's where if I'm taking this bag with me, that's when I'm pulling this out, is where I just want to run bags in the hole. Or if I want to deal with an opponent sort of playing a dirty style game, again, I've got the ability to play that get around. The fast side is fast enough for pushing through, so if you do leave a blocker there, you can catch it and ride it in. I will say, if you do throw a blocker up there, if you go to collect it, don't try to just collect a corner. If you're trying to clip a corner, sometimes just bag will smash up. Like I said, it's great for the get around. It'll smash up and kind of spin around, and your push bag will go in. You'll leave that block bag there. You want to come more, quarter or third of the bag and clip it there, and then you've got more bag to push, and it'll catch it and ride that bag up. So I had no problem collecting my blockers. I just had to be more intentional about making sure I got enough of that bag to collect and push up. But again, plenty of speed to push those level 3 blockers up in the hole or push through multiple bags. I didn't have a problem with these bags clogging or bunching up in the hole because they have enough flop to them. They folded up nicely. If I was trying to collect multiple bags, they folded up and they dripped in. No problem whatsoever. So it's definitely a fun bag. It's an intriguing bag. I still don't know if I fully understand the slow side, but I had a blast on it. It's a bag that I think I'm going to continue to throw some more and just try to get a better feel for it. But I really like this material. I recommend nothing else checking these black bears out, maybe grabbing a set just because of this unique slow side material. So that leads me into availability. And these bags are actually available through Cornhole Solutions. This is Smoky Mountain Bag Company, is Cornhole Solutions kind of bag company. So cornholesolutions.com is where you go. You'll go into their bag section and you'll see the Smoky Mountain Bag Company pop up. The black bears are normally $69.99, but as of recording this, I went on the website to check. They're on sale for $59.99. And if you use code Mike10 when you check out, it'll drop that down. I take a few more bucks off of that. So shipping and bags, everything all totaled in with code Mike10 all in, you're looking at about $68. $68 shipped to you. Phenomenal price, high quality bags. It's on that cheaper price point. Definitely recommend you check these black bears out. I really do. I think these bags shocked me. My expectation was low when I got them because I wasn't sure what to expect, and these bags really shocked me, blew me away. They exceeded my expectations. Highly recommend you check these guys out. If you've thrown the black bears, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.